What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Jeremy Scott Fitness Podcast and Radio Show, coming to you on this Friday, early afternoon, before I hop into my own workout and get up on that split squat life. So if you guys follow me on obviously Instagram, you know I'm about split squats all day, every day for the most part. There was once a time when I split squatted every single day for an entire year. Miserable experience for sure, but huge game changer in terms of leg development for me, not only for the size, but the strength of them and the integrity, and what I was able to basically bulletproof my legs to kind of go through almost any workout at this point. And I do still split squat a lot. I don't do it every single day, but I became very dedicated for 365 days. And so that's what I'm going to jump into after this podcast. But it has nothing to do with today's message at all. I just throwing that out there. So hopefully you guys have been active today. You're out eating real food and obviously doing shit you love, because that is what matters most. And this podcast comes from a blog I literally just wrote 2 nights ago. And I've touched on it in a handful of different ways. And so if you guys are on YouTube right now and you're watching this, I'm going to read through most of this on the show notes, just because it is very detailed in terms of what I'm trying to get across. And this sparked from just an influx we've seen in our in-person business here over the last probably 10 days or so. I know a lot of people will say, when the beginning of the year comes, oh, it's new year, new you, and people are, jacked and excited to train, and they think like every gym is flooded with people, and that's not what we see. Honestly, the first week in January is pretty chill here. It's probably the least attended week, or I guess the week of probably Christmas is the least attended, but the first week of January is not super crazy here. People are still kind of hungover from the holidays. They're kind of in the ebbs and flows, and what we see here in our businesses, especially the in-person, brick and mortar here, we see an influx of people probably about right now, the first couple weeks of February, because in Scottsdale here, it's about to get super warm and super nice in March. It's kind of like our summertime, and that's when people really want to, kind of be outside, go to spring training games, show out, do all their stuff. But what they realize is, fuck, I've ate like shit and drank in excess for the last 75 to 90 days. I need to get my shit together. I got about 2 weeks before I got to put some shorts and a tank top on. Now, obviously, we can't work miracles in 2 weeks, but that's when we do see the influx. And it brought me to today's podcast topic of 9 reasons why you guys must train and work out and stay active. And you have to do it today and every day moving forward for the rest of your life. And the more gaps you guys take in between your training and taking full weeks and full months off, I do think it puts you behind. And those, days and weeks and months do add up. I haven't missed a workout, you guys, in like 20 years. I just have never missed. I just don't do it. If I'm not going to train, something is planned because of it, whether it's hiking or biking or walking or heavy mobility, but I'm always doing something planned. I don't just let a day go by and be like, holy shit, I didn't dedicate, even 25 minutes to myself or take care of myself. That's not what I'm about. That's not who I am. I need to stay active for me personally. I know that. Now, if I don't work out for some reason because my body is sore, it's because either I knew that was going to happen, or I'm like, man, your body's beat to shit today. Maybe we'll do some light work. Or if I have food poisoning, or like some of the very, very rare cases where I'm not doing something. But I've never missed a workout just because I was like, I don't feel like it today. Because I understand how important staying active is, and I understand how important movement is in training towards a goal. And if nothing else, that goal is just for life, to be mobile, to be strong, and to be fit. So that's where this is coming from. A lot of these you guys might know, but if you don't, hopefully I can chop it and serve it to you in a way that really sticks with you. If not 1 or 2 of these points, if nothing else, if they're not comical, they'll stick in your brain as you guys kind of go through your progression of training. So if you're, on a treadmill right now, on a bike, on the elliptical, Stepmaster, if you're going into the gym, if you're in your car, or just sitting on your ass, hopefully this gets you guys, lit to do what you're supposed to do and just to stay active. So without further delay, 9 reasons you guys must stay active, train, and work out today and every single day moving forward. Number 1, being fit and healthy and happy is fucking cool. It just is. I don't know how else to say it. When you're fit and you're healthy and you feel good about yourself and your life and your body, you feel good. You have self-confidence. You feel fucking awesome. It's really cool to be fit. It just is. We look up to people who are athletic, who are strong, who are lean, who are happy, who have self-confidence. We envy it in people. We just do. because having a strong, powerful body is just a great thing. It just puts everything else into perspective, and I really believe that. You become a walking, talking billboard of inspiration to everyone who sees you and everybody you see. You just do. We envy it because it's a neat thing to have, to be a powerful individual and human. And strength, you guys, and looking good and feeling good comes in all shapes and sizes. So don't think I'm trying to pigeonhole you into how I look or what my idea of being fit is. Fit is across the board. It means many things to many people. And that's why I always say, what is fitness? What is being fit? Each of us have our own individual, breakdown of that. But to me, it's just you feeling good and confident in your own skin and being happy with where you're at, and then always working to improve the things that you're not great at in terms of your physical body and being. And understand, you guys, when you do train and you're consistently active every single day, you're a role model. You're a role model to, even if you don't think you are, I can promise you that you are a role model to your inner circle, to your husband, to your wife, to your kids, to your friends, to your family, and to the hundreds, if not thousands of people you don't even know yet. Because people are watching you guys, whether you believe it or not. People are watching you even when you think they don't. When you post something on Instagram and Facebook and Tumblr and Twitter and Snapchat and your blog and whatever else platforms are out there, even if people aren't liking and commenting on it, they're seeing it. And they're watching you. And they're either becoming inspired by you or motivated by you, or you're making them think maybe they should take action and do something to make themselves better. I can promise you that. The cascade effect you guys have of being healthy goes far beyond you can ever imagine. And I say this all the time. Not that my parents didn't teach me stuff directly, because they did, but I can't remember more than probably 10 things my parents taught me directly, other than be polite, don't be an asshole, basic shit like that. And I'm not saying that to bag on them. I'm saying that I learned way more from watching them and their habits and watching what they did than anything they fucking said. Especially my old man. My old man, he's a dude of very few words. I can count, on my hand the number of real conversations we've had in my entire life about some real shit. And that's just who he is, and I accept it. But me watching his behaviors and habits taught me so much more than anything I ever heard come out of his mouth. And I think that's important. The same thing for my mom. My mom was always, for the most part, been relatively, super fit. Maybe not the best eating habits because the education level has increased as we go, but she would always make time for exercise and to train. And we grew up in the Midwest, so fucking rollerblading and shit like that. So you see those habits, and even if you buy into them or not, and even if you don't believe in them at 12, 13, 14 years old, you see them. And they become somewhat of a role model to you of how they're living their life, how hard they work, how responsible they are, how fit they are, the food they eat. They're different habits. And so to all the parents out there, obviously this. Sometimes it's not so much what you say, but it's what you do. And kids see that and they resonate with it. So same thing with your husband, your wife, and people look up to it. So that's number one. Number two, you have to stay active, you guys, because if you're not working out and training and staying active, it's the ultimate disrespect to yourself. It just really is. When you waste the gift of movement, of fitness, of being healthy, it basically what you're doing is saying fuck you to yourself. And I believe that when you are not using the gift of movement that you have to be strong, to be healthy, to run, to jump, to do all the amazing things we can do, you're basically saying fuck you to yourself, to your body, to your life, and to the quality of it. It's basically a tattoo of both internal and external that you don't really like yourself. You're tattooing on your brain and your body and your heart, and you're saying, I don't like myself at all, and I don't give a shit what happens to me today or my future self. Or you're too naive to think that you not being active today isn't going to impact you negatively 5, 10, 15 years down the road. So again, one of the reasons you guys should stay active is because if you're not doing it, you're basically just saying you don't give a shit about yourself today or in the future. And I think that's just a really stupid thing to do. So use the gift of movement is what I'm driving at. Number 3, if things are important to you guys and you value them, you're going to make time for them regardless, because you wouldn't skip things like brushing your teeth or wiping your ass daily. Or at least I hope you wouldn't, because if you do, don't come hang out with us, because I don't want to be part of it. So, and I say that almost jokingly, but I'm on all seriousness, you guys. One of the reasons you should train is because you value it. You value the investment of what moving your body physically can give you. Because you understand, if I brush my teeth and I floss, I'm not going to get cavities, my teeth won't fall out, I won't look like a criminal. You know, it's pretty basic. Like, if I take a shit and I don't wipe my ass, I don't want to walk around with fucking mud butt all day. I'm serious. Like you always do these things no matter how busy you are, because you see the value in them. And yeah, that might be overly simplistic, because brushing your teeth takes all of like 5 minutes, and wiping your butt takes all of probably 30 seconds to a minute, depending on what your process is. But you value it, and you understand that skipping it is going to have a negative impact on the things that dictate your life. And so, to me, being active and working out must be placed on the same pedestal as brushing your teeth and wiping your ass, if not a pedestal that's even higher, because it matters that much to our overall happiness of life. So understand, you guys, you have to value it, and you have to start putting it on a pedestal of importance with everything else in your life. Number 4, why you should stay active is because Father Time is always working its magic against us. Each and every one of us, time is our friend in the present, but it's also our enemy, because it's like the hourglass, right, of sand that's just kind of counting down, and we don't know how much is left for any of us. But the truth is that no matter what we do, time is going to work against us. Every single one of us is going to become older, softer, and wrinklier. It's just the truth. That's the game life plays with all of us. And if you don't, get active, or more importantly, if you don't stay active, if you will, you're going to get fatter, you're going to get weaker, you're going to get uglier, and you're going to become less mobile. And that, to me, just flat out fucking sucks, man. It's shitty. I don't want to admit that some of those things are probably going to happen to me. And so if I can avoid them or prolong that by any means necessary, because there's people here who meet you guys who are in their 60s, 67, 68 years old, fucking rock stars. They look amazing. And there's other people I meet who are 57 or 47 or shit. Some of my friends who are 37, and they're 67-year-old people who will kick the shit out of them. They're healthier. Their body fat is lower, their clothes fit better, they have more self-confidence, they're more mobile, they're stronger, they have better endurance, and they're 30 or 40 years older. But yet they've made it a priority in their life, and it shows, and it's paying off for them. So understand, if you guys are prolonging, or I guess delaying fitness and not making it a priority, understand that you're going to get fatter, weaker, uglier, and become less mobile a lot faster than the rest of us. For me personally, I want to be strong, healthy, and fit and mobile for as long as humanly possible, until they put me in the fucking dirt. And that's why I live this life, and that's why I do it. Why wouldn't you guys want to do the same? Why would you not want to be the person who's 88 years old and they look like a rock star and they feel good and they move good and they can still hike and they can play with their grandkids and they can go golf and they can still hop on the row here and kick kids' ass who are 40 years their elder or younger? Like, to me, that's important and that matters. And so I don't want to speed up the aging process. I want to, if I can, like, fitness becomes my fountain of youth, if you will. Because if you think that you're young and you feel young, more likely you're going to live, a younger life. And I do think fitness does age us down. And that's just my take on it. Number 5, being active is as close as you guys are going to get to becoming a fucking superhero. It just is. No matter if you're like a Bruce Wayne, Batman kind of guy, you're a Clark Kent Superman, or you like Captain America, or you're a Tony Stark Iron Man fan, I don't care what it is. What all they have in common? They're in great shape, dude. They're in amazing shape. And I know we're talking fictional stuff here, and I'm being funny with it, but why would you not want to join a group of people who are like, man, you look like Captain America. You're a fucking Iron Man. Like, you're the modern day version of Bruce Wayne. Like, you could go out and fight crime because you're that fit. My point is, you guys, if you want to be fit, you have to do what fit people do. And you'd like to be lumped into a category of people who are all, relatively fit and look good. When people say like, oh, you look like my brother, and like their brother is like this, professional wrestler, or their brother is like this, just shredded firefighter, or their brother like used to play Division I sports or used to be a pro athlete. Why would you guys not want to be lumped into that category of people who are fit and healthy and happy? And if nothing else, if you lose your job, who knows? You might have an evening out of fighting crime, and that might become your new thing. So, but in all seriousness, you guys, I think we have to keep striving to be more than just like the status quo in terms of fitness. Almost like I tell people, superhero status, if you will. Number 6, to me, you guys, fitness and training in this life, especially in terms of like when you're going to come in here and slam jam balls, or you're going to pop on the assault bike, you're going to push a sled, or you're just going to squat and fucking deadlift your face off. You know, to me, you guys, fitness is the most effective, therapeutic, and cheapest form of therapy you can find on the planet. I truly believe that, and I'll say it again. To me, being active, healthy, and really like engaging in fitness is the most effective, therapeutic, and cheapest form of therapy you can find on the planet. I believe it's a lot safer than popping benzos and Xanax and all the others various types of shit, antidepressants, you know, physicians jam down people's throats every single day. To me, there's a natural high and release and a sense of accomplishment energy that you feel, you know, pre-workout, intra-workout, and post-workout. And that can't be matched, you know, in all reality by any drug. And trust me, you guys, I've done both. I've worked out super hard my whole life. I've done drugs as well and drank alcohol, and nothing can match the feeling of fitness and being super fit and being healthy and the high that comes from that, you know, inside the workout, post-workout, and then obviously the gratification of accomplishment you feel, you know, days and months and weeks later. And so I believe that. So if you guys are looking for like a real therapeutic, you know, cheap form of therapy, I believe fitness can provide that for you. And there's multiple, you know, ways to go about that in fitness, but finding something you love that can be your release, I think is beneficial. It's a lot better than escaping, you know, through drugs and escaping through having to have multiple drinks at the end of the night to relax yourself and to calm down. And I'm not knocking anybody for your habits, and you guys are grown-ass adults who choose to do what you want. But I think a lot of people's lives would be different if they adopted, you know, a love for sport and a love for fitness and made that, you know, their jam and made that their thing, as opposed to always just having to have multiple drinks every single night just to get through the day. You become dependent on it, and it's almost like a coping mechanism for a lot of people. And I'm talking from a place where I've seen addiction, you guys, at the deepest levels from people super close to me, you know, from the 12-step programs to people literally just, you know, on the brink of, you know, not coming back. And I'm not saying for fitness, you know, I guess for some people, fitness doesn't become, you know, their crutch. Fitness doesn't become their coping mechanism. But in all reality, if the worst thing you're doing every single day is foam rolling, doing mobility, you're addicted to the row or the ski or to lifting weights or to training your physical body for Ironmans or triathlons or swimming or whatever your jam is, I think that's a hell of a lot better than popping pills and shoveling drinks down your throat just to get through the day. One of them is helping you do something and bringing you closer to a goal and is going to hopefully prolong or make the quality of your life better. And one of them is going to drag you the fuck down. So that's my take on it. Number 7, when you guys become active and train regularly, you become a sexier version of yourself. You just do. Odds are you're going to have better sex with your husband and your wife or whatever your guys' relationship is about, but you're going to have better sex the more fit you are. Your stamina increases, your strength increases, and you just look better and you feel better about yourself. And there's something to be said when you have self-confidence, when you take off your clothes and you're naked. You just feel like, you know, Dirk Diggler, man. You just feel like a fucking rock star, and there's just something to be said about that. And if you're not hitched, I can promise you guys you're probably going to even have probably better sex with even sexier people than you have now. So on some of those, you know, for you internet dating people, when you're swiping, you're going to be able to swipe some better quality shit in terms of that. And I do believe that. But in all seriousness, you guys, when you have self-confidence in how you look and how you feel, it changes you, and especially in that arena of life, being attracted to other people and how you're attracted to them and vice versa. So if I haven't sold you yet on being active, hopefully having, you know, more sex and better sex with sexier people, that alone should do it. If I'm making a note of this. If you guys are on YouTube or wherever else you're listening to this, tell Monica to make a note. We might make a program called Have More Sex, Have Better Sex with Sexier People, because I'm probably sure we could sell that. So that might be my next program after the Train with Jeremy one that's coming out. So let's move on. Number 8. And I touched on this a little bit already. I think you guys are going to age better. I really do. Because if you've seen old people, you know, who train, they look like rock stars. To me, I'm sure you all have. You've seen people, you know, training like crazy. They're the gangsters. They're the people who really stick out to us because they look 10, 15, 20, 25 years younger. It's amazing. Physically and mentally, they're sharp. They're on point. They just kind of get it. They seem, like they're 20 years younger in reality than they really are, which is amazing. And I'm talking about the badass older folks who just look, and they move, and they feel like fucking gangsters. And it's a really cool thing to watch. And on the flip side, you've seen old people who don't train, right? Not many of those people left. And the ones that are left, they tend to leave life a little bit faster than the ones who are fit. People who are fitter and healthier tend to live life a little bit longer. And the quality of the life they live is longer. And the ones who do remain, who are not fit, you guys, who haven't trained, who have abused their bodies, they walk around like fucking zombies, or rather, they kind of walk around like mummies. They're shells of their former selves, just kind of waiting to kick the bucket. And I say it all the time, even if you didn't live a second longer because of this life due to being active, which I can almost promise you that you're going to, but if you didn't even live 1 second longer because you were healthy, the duration of your life, even if it wasn't extended, the quality of it has been enhanced 1 trillion fucking percent alone. And that to me is worth it to be fit every single day. I say this all the time. If I drop dead tomorrow, it would suck shit. But I'll be dead, so who cares, right? Like, I won't care, I'll be dead. But it would be, I wouldn't feel like this had been a waste, because I got to live every single second of the last decade plus of my life in this body, in this machine, in this vehicle that is healthy, that is happy, that is inspired, that is motivated. I wouldn't trade it for the fucking world. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't have been like, oh man, I wish I would have sat on my ass more, and ate more cupcakes and had more pizza because now I'm going to die and I can't do it. No. I did it to the fullest. I tried to max out my potential physically and give that gift back to the world. So to me, it's been worth it, 8 million percent. And it's not even measurable in our reality. And I wouldn't trade this for the world. And I think when you guys can reach a place where you feel the same, I don't think you trade it either. Number 9, without further delay, you guys should be active and train and work out daily and make it a priority of your life for the simple fact of you can. Because not training literally is saying fuck you to your body and to all the gifts. It's a miracle that you guys are alive and that you're a human who is healthy. The fact that you're even a human being, and the odds that you have 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 lungs, you have a heart, you have a brain that allows you to skip and crawl and run and hike and bike and swim and jump, it's a miracle, dude. It really is. Because the hard reality and the truth is right now, in this very second, there are thousands of people who are sick, broken, and stuck in a hospital bed or a wheelchair, and they're hooked up to machines, and they're going through chemo, waiting for organ transplants, just to breathe another fucking day. And every single one of those fucking people, every one of them, you guys, they lay in bed and they're wishing they could train. They're wishing they could just get up and move to do the very basic shit. They would trade places with you guys in a second to go for a hike, to do a cannonball, to ride a bike, to shoot some hoops, even to push sleds and crank out some miserable calories on the assault bike. I can promise you that. And they would do it just because they can. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family. You owe it to your friends, to your coworkers, to your kids, to the thousands of people who can't do it when you can do it. You owe it to all of them to give a fuck today about your body and your health and your life. And every day after that, for that matter. I take these things to heart, you guys, because I don't want you to waste a gift of health and movement, because I can promise you, if it was gone tomorrow, you would have a tremendous amount of regret and pain because you didn't do more with your opportunity in your time. And this is your chance to really hone it and take it for what it's worth. So that's my quick rant today, you guys, on the 9 reasons I think you should train today and stay active, because I do truly believe it matters. It's important to me. It's important to our athletes here and the people who work with us, and I hope it's just as important to you. And if you can't see it, maybe you heard 1 or 2 things here today that woke you the fuck up and you're like, wow, you know what, man? This dude's right. I do have a gift. My legs do work. My arms do work. I do have, eyes and ears and lungs. I'm a human being who has the gift of movement and can do so many things that, no other mammal or animal or anything on the planet can do exactly what you're doing. And why waste it? For all the people you're a role model to, for all the people who look up to you, for all the people who can't do it and would trade places with you in a split second, that alone, you guys, should make you stop whining and bitching and delaying using your body for the gift that it truly is. So if you guys are on YouTube right now, enjoy, comment below any questions. I'd love to see it. If you guys are on the podcast right now, stop. Don't be a lazy ass. If you're on iTunes, drop us a 5-star, leave a comment. I would love to see it and hear it. And if you guys are listening to this and you think you can spark something with, if you're a fitness professional, with your fellow colleagues, your team that you work with, your clients and athletes, with your friends, with your family. If you're the casual listener, please share this with them, especially if it's like your mom or dad who, lacks movement and isn't healthy. Because I know sometimes hearing it from an outside party, if they can get past the colorful language, I think it can truly help them and make them, and put into perspective and make them realize, without a healthy body moving and feeling the way we want it to, the rest of our world and life kind of goes to shit. And I've seen it happen firsthand for me. I had, my stuff stripped away from me, and I'll do everything in my power the rest of my life to hold on to this and keep it, because it is the most precious gift to me. And I know when I'm not healthy and I'm not happy and I'm not self-confident, feel good about myself and how I'm living, the rest of my life outside of that completely fucking suffers, and everybody else who's connected to me suffers as well. So take it for what it's worth, you guys. 9 reasons you should stay active today and every day moving forward. And I truly believe it, you guys. It's my religion. That's why I talk about it and speak about it, because I do care about it so much. And that's what drives me to make podcasts like this. So if there's anything else you guys want to hear, for that matter, on the podcast, shoot me a DM, send me a message. I'm happy to record it if I can. And until next time, you guys, eat well, train hard, be nice to people, and please just keep doing shit you love with people you enjoy, because your life is too short not to. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.